The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
Everson has his game day attire on here on a Thursday edition of Mick Shots. That's
I'm a
right.
Coach McCarthy look, man.
It's
got sleeves on today too.
Right.
By
Looks
the
like
way.
looks like he wants to sell some merchandise
I
here.
feel like I'm a DC, right?
That's right. We are inside the SWBC podcast studio at the Star in Frisco, and the Cowboys have just come off the practice field. Their biggest work day of this week in anticipation of a trip to Kansas City to take on those resurgent Chiefs at 3:25 on Sunday afternoon. And Mickey can't wait to tell us what he saw on the practice field this afternoon.
And I can tell you, I'm very glad to be inside the SWBC podcast studio because our little half hour out there watching practice was pretty chilling.
In the shade? Were you in the shade?
No, we were in the sun.
Oh, good. Smart
and it didn't
man.
It didn't make any difference because that wind was blowing pretty hard. So they got a little taste of maybe what Kansas City's going to be because it was in the low 50s out there. When
It's 61 now.
Well, it wasn't 61.
That wind chill.
when we
You're
out.
saying the wind chill was way down there.
Absolutely.
It's Kansas City weather.
There was no 61 when we were out there, I guarantee you. You needed a jacket and you needed a hat on, too, by the way.
But they did decide to go outside.
Yes.
We were speculating yesterday that perhaps they would take it indoors, but that's the experience that Mike McCarthy has, having been on the coaching staff with the Chiefs back in the 90s. He's going to be out in the elements.
You know, I didn't realize he was there 6 years. Mm-hmm. He started as a quality control coach, and then he became an offensive assistant. He spent 6 years there. So when he tells you Arrowhead is noisy, it's noisy, right?
I'm gonna talk like you guys. What was the auditory element that they faced out there today? Like sound, noise, crowd noise.
At one point they played some music, but I still didn't. And you know what? When they play music out there and it's real loud, you hear it twice because it bounces off the building and it comes back at you, right? But
that could be effective.
I don't know that I heard.
Noise.
Now, usually when they're playing crowd noise, we can hear through the windows, but I didn't really hear much. Maybe it was, and we just didn't.
Maybe this is not the day.
Or the
wind.
Have
their special days.
The wind was blowing it away.
The wind's blowing it away.
They're not blowing it.
That's hurricane wind.
And if they're going to play it, today's the day to play it because they're not out there tomorrow, right?
I think there was. I think there, and then they'll be on
Saturday.
And Saturday when they go inside.
Saturday's key.
Yeah, then Saturday they'll go inside, and that's when they'll really turn it up. So, but yeah, Mike said, when they play in Minnesota, the decibels are 120, and he hears that when you go at Arrowhead, it's 140 decibel level. So noisy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the AT&T Stadium, I don't know what we hit, but we're pretty good.
Yeah.
When the boys get going and the crowd gets behind them, we can be pretty loud. Have we ever measured it at all?
I don't know that they have.
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's worth a measurement.
We need some decibel.
Yeah, come on.
I liked Zeke was trying to – they kept asking Zeke. I think he got tired of the question about the noise. And they said, well, what's it like? And he goes, well, let me tell you what it's like. He goes, when you got to bend down and you can't hear the quarterback giving you the call, that's a problem because I got to know what I got to do, right? It was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. But he was getting irritated by the questions about that and about how important this game is.
I was asking Bill about the show, the Mike McCarthy show, and he –
well, the coach is not going to tell you much.
He ain't telling you much.
He's not going to tell you much about.
You just don't know how to pull it out of him. You gotta ask piercing questions.
But you got to realize whose show it is.
It's coach's show, and it's whether or not he wants to reveal things.
You got to
the
step over
enemy.
the line, Bill.
Yeah.
You got to step. Just put the toe in there, man. Just put the toe over the line. See what happens. They'll forgive you once. I don't know about twice. Take it from me. I've stepped over the line a few
Ask him how
times.
many times you stepped over the line with Bill Parcells.
That's right.
Well, so
Well, I don't want to wind up in New York myself.
That's your,
ooh, that's a shot.
there you go.
But I can
Or Cleveland.
Yeah.
I can tell you from the practice that Tyron Smith was out there.
Okay.
He was in pads. He's probably going to be listed as limited from what we could tell of how much he was participating in the positional drills and the individual drills. Yesterday he didn't do any team, so we'll see. But I'm sure they're going to list him as limited. And I would imagine if he's limited, probably means he didn't take all the snaps. Now, I don't know. And I imagine they got to have Terrence Steele ready to go, right? Can't just assume.
Right.
So
Who's the right defensive end for the Chiefs? Yeah, what are they going? What are we looking at?
I think they moved Chris Jones inside to defensive
Oh, that's
tackle.
right, Chris Jones.
So that's.
I don't know how good that is, unless he's over Zach Martin. If he's over Zach Martin, I'm not.
No, they'll move him. They ain't going to leave him
On the
over
other
Zach.
side.
Why waste the time, right? And by the way, judging from some of their like 3-man drills and whatever, it looks like they might have some competition going on at that left guard spot.
Oh, okay.
By the way, so
They mean the Chiefs?
No, shut up, Bill.
Now, what's Mickey?
He wants you
what's
to
Mickey?
expound. He wants you to expound on that answer.
What's Mickey trying to reveal here?
I'm just saying. I think there's
What you saying?
competition there with
Who?
Connor McGovern.
Spit it out.
And Connor Williams. So we'll keep an eye
So
on
the
that.
two Connors, the battle of the Connors.
So which?
So is there competition at the fullback position then?
Well, maybe they
in the jumbo package.
maybe they bring up Nick Ralston. You never know.
Well, he's not as big as those other guys.
Well, I would imagine. They've got Chris Jones listed as their starting left defensive end, but from what I've read, that they've kind of moved him inside.
He's a beast in there.
Yeah. The right defensive end's Frank Clark.
Former Seattle Seahawk,
Right.
from Michigan.
And they list. This is funny because he's
That's
been
an old
playing.
school name, Frank Clark.
He's been.
That's an
Yes,
old
that's
school.
cool.
Every time I hear
82?
that name, I'm thinking 82. What, 72?
He's been.
I'm thinking Frank Clark wasn't it like a
Cowboys.
Yes,
Frank Clark. He's
Yeah,
a
that was
receiver.
like 70s, wasn't it?
No, I'm talking his number, his jersey number,
Oh,
not
I was like,
not the
what?
year.
Like,
no,
what?
no, his jersey number.
All right,
We're on
Chris.
the
We
same
need to
page.
start
Yeah.
the show again. I think.
Great player, Frank.
Yes,
And then their
yes,
other
yes.
pass rusher is Melvin Ingram, and they got listed as third team. Now, that ain't right. He's been playing a lot more of
just-
late.
Is he impactful?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
he's playing well.
He. Let's look up what
He's going to
been
look up
doing
how
here.
impactful he's been here.
Well, in the meantime,
Well, the stuff doesn't just pop right
hey
out.
man,
you know?
Bill's really good at that stuff. You take too long, man. You know, I can ask
gotta
Bill
be
something.
able to
He's-
vamp.
Yeah, I can
Vamp
inhale,
while you're-
exhale, and it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, vamp while you're looking.
Oh, he only has a tackle in each of the last two games.
So we caught you on that one. He had 20,
Maybe he's being double teamed.
he had 21 snaps last game.
and one tackle.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But the guy you got to look out for is Nick Bolton.
No, I'm looking at it.
What's up with Nick?
He leads the team
He's
in
a rookie
tackles.
out of
University of
Missouri
Missouri.
and Frisco
Oh, no
Lone
wonder he
Star
said it
High
so-
School.
Frisco Lone
Okay.
Star.
No,
That's
you
right.
weren't worried about
Now, he
Frisco.
only-
That was a Mizzou thing.
Now,
man.
he only had 19 snaps last week against
Really?
the Raiders.
Well,
Now,
What?
is he 3-down linebacker? What? You
No,
give me
I-
the scouting report.
Well,
Maybe
I
because
don't
the
know.
Raiders were so far behind, they were in
all I see
4 wide, and they took the middle linebacker off the field.
probably he leads the team with 75 tackles, 10 tackles for losses.
That 10 tackles for loss is pretty impressive.
It is.
there
Yes.
in 10 games.
So that means he's got twice as many tackles for losses
So
as
now,
anybody else
are
on
we
the
sure
team.
that means that 10 games 10 tackles for loss. So, I mean, are we reading Pro Football Reference? I mean, you know, he could have played a game that he didn't get a tackle for a loss. It's just not listed on that.
Those are his numbers.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, just checking.
Modern day,
I got to check you guys. As much as I trust you guys, I still have to check you. Trust but verify.
Whenever the stat is 1 per game,
right.
You got to make sure.
I got to make sure.
Yeah. If we're doing the game by game on it.
And it wasn't targets either, by the way.
Yeah, that's the other part.
So exactly right. Here's why he has so many tackles for losses.
Okay. They're blitzing him.
Against Washington, he had 4. The next week against the Giants, wait, let me make sure.
Uh-oh.
He had 4 tackles.
No. Tackles for losses.
Against one team.
Yes.
Against Washington.
Against Washington. The next week against Tennessee, he had 5. That's what their stat sheet shows.
We got to have Chris check these stats
right
before you come in here putting this stuff on the air.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
See, there we go. My goodness.
He had
See,
4.
He had 4 against the Giants.
No, he had 4 against Tennessee.
For 5 yards. Okay?
All right. Want me to read them?
Please, Bill.
1 against Cleveland, 1 against Baltimore, 2 against Buffalo, 1 against Washington, 4 against Tennessee, and 1 against Las Vegas.
Still very impressive.
So what's your point?
So it's 10.
Still very impressive.
10, which is what we established off the top.
Right.
Especially the 4 against the Titans. What was going on?
Yeah, what's up with Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry that game.
Was he playing that game?
He was playing that game. I looked it up because I was taken aback by the 4 tackles for loss. He only had 86 yards on 29 carries, I believe. I'm confirming that.
That must have been one of those pre-injury.
86 yards on 29 carries. So that is less than, check out this math, less than 3 yards a carry.
There you go. That's easy.
And Chris
Less
Jones.
than. I want the 2 point. What is it?
It's 2.9.
There you go. Now, come on, man.
So what's 29 times 3?
29 times 3, that would be 70.
80.
Is it 80?
87.
70 or 87.
And he had 86 yards.
Chris Jones
that's how I
has-
figured out it's less than 3 yards a carry.
Chris Jones has 3 sacks.
Okay. But those three tackles for losses, I'm sorry, that is extremely impressive.
That 10?
He must have known something, and I'd like to know who the heck he was going up against on those plays.
Yeah, he had 4 in that game against Tennessee.
That's crazy.
He's fine rookie. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, but he's a fine player. That
Maybe
Nick
for
Bolton.
the AFC.
Okay.
So he's very improved. Who would you say is the most improved?
He checked his watch.
Yeah, hey man,
Go make sure.
Yeah, Chris will cut me off.
Now we have time to get this,
Chris will
deep
cut me off
question answered.
Chris will sit back there. Oh, they're going into another subject. Most improved so far on the team this year.
On defense?
Yeah, let's go defense then offense. Let's go defense then
Most
offense.
improved from last year or most
last
improved?
year.
Okay.
From last year. All right? From last year. You got one of them that's obvious. Well, really 2 obvious ones to me. But the third is a little bit,
Well, Diggs for sure.
of course, from like 80% to 20%, as far as the percentage as far as quarterbacks versus him. That's a huge drop, by the way. Even though he's giving up big plays still, a few.
Micah Parsons.
Oh, he wasn't on
He
the
wasn't
team
here last year. Most improved.
He was improved because he didn't play last year. He played no football last year.
Oh, that's true. I mean, yeah, because he didn't play at Penn
once
State
you sign
either.
with the Cowboys, the most improved from last year. For those that signed with the Cowboys.
Gotcha, didn't I?
It narrows the field down because there were so few who were on the Cowboys last year.
And so many of them were hurt.
Come on, man. Yeah, some were hurt. Yeah,
look,
that's true.
Anthony Brown missed half the season, right?
Now, that's a good one. I didn't think of Anthony Brown. That's a
He's
good one.
improved.
That's a good one.
How
That
about
is
Randy
very
Gregory?
good. And, of course,
Gregory
Randy, that's
is
an obvious to
significantly
me.
more. By the way,
Was he the other obvious one you had?
He was out on
the other
boards.
option was Gregory, yes.
Yeah, and he's been on the
Did not
courts.
think Anthony Brown, which should also be obvious.
So he has to miss one more game.
Dalton Schultz.
Oh,
Well,
I
we
thought
switched
we
it
were
off
talking defense.
True. My bad.
We need
I was
to
ready to
restart
get there.
this show.
No, I was ready to get there.
Just
I was ready to get there. Hey, it's not like we've set a high level. Okay, so this is pretty much par for the course for us. Let's just be real.
No.
Let's just be real.
Leighton Vander Esch,
Did what?
very good,
But he was good last.
but he was hurt twice.
Yeah.
Right.
And we have been sleeping on him. We have not talked about him and
I
his
know.
stats. We haven't talked about his snaps, about how important he's been to not just first down, but third down success.
The interesting thing about him, and I don't have his snaps from last year, but his snaps are down this year, and I think it's been by design, not only with scheme, but also preserving him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's fourth on the team with 47 tackles.
That's not bad.
Anthony
For someone
Brown
with limited
second with
snaps.
49, so he's one of the tackle leaders because the next person is 31. is
You don't want
Trayvon
your
Diggs.
cornerback to be. Wait, you got two cornerbacks that are what, fifth and sixth in tackling on the team?
No, Jaron Kearse, not a corner, but the safety, kind of slash linebacker.
I thought you said that.
Has
If
55.
Curse were here last year, he'd be the most improved.
And Anthony Brown has 49
That's very
tackles.
true.
So
That's a lot of tackles for a cornerback.
Two of the top five are cornerbacks.
That's a lot of.
that means there are a
tackles.
lot of completed passes.
And a lot of deep running plays into the
that too.
secondary. Yeah, you don't want to have to put your head in there like that all the time.
See, the scary thing about the defense, you got to go down to number 9 to find a defensive lineman with 20 tackles. Chauncey Golston.
Is it scary, or does that mean they've been rotating guys?
Well, that could be by design.
That could be because they're rotating them, but no one has really, stood out. Look, number 11
Yeah.
with 19 tackles is still Jalen Smith.
That is funny. I'm sorry. So what are you saying? You want Jalen back?
No.
I could say that this defense is definitely designed for the linebackers in the secondary to make some of the plays. To make most of the plays. It seems like the defensive ends, the defensive linemen are made for harassment, clearing the way for those linebackers, almost like the flex.
Terrell Basham has 19 tackles, and Osa Odigizua has 18.
All right, how about this? If we were going to look at, I should have made sure I had the numbers in front of me before I brought it up.
You want snaps? Is what you?
No, I'm looking at snaps, and I need to go career snaps. The snaps for Vander Esch, as opposed to his past seasons. All right, this year, the last game, because of the way the game played out, he only had 20 snaps in the game against Atlanta. The previous week, he had 51 against Denver, only 33 defensive snaps against Minnesota, 28 against New England, and 31 against the Giants. That is markedly down from what he has been in past
So
years.
what you're saying, tackles per snaps, he's pretty high.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, that's true.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Because if we're looking at Kearse, he's played
many more snaps.
He's played 91. Is it 91? It's hard to read all the way across. I think 91% of the snaps.
I'll give you an idea. Last year, Vander Esch had, I'm just going through his game log last year, he had 4 games with 60 or more snaps last year. Yeah.
You're right. Well, yeah, because they didn't
play it the same way.
No, it's totally different scheme.
And I do think that there's probably part of the mindset in putting him in, and as they put this team together with the acquisition of Keanu Neal and what Dan Quinn wants to do, part of it is preserving him as well.
And there was no Micah Parsons last year.
Right.
Let's face it.
Right. But Jalen was playing those snaps last year. Jalen was not coming off the field last year.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
I know, yeah.
So, all right, we continue with more.
Misguided,
Not
too,
going to
by
say
the way.
much on that.
We're going to, I guess we need to look at the offense, the most improved on offense, when we come back here on Mix Shots.
You know mine already.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with...
And I'm Jay Novacek, and we're both with...
United Ag and Turf, the official tractor provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
So, if you need a tractor to bale some hay, a mower to cut some grass, or a gator to get some chores done...
Get a John Deere at United Ag and Turf.
And then, let's get to work.
Hey, Jay, that's my line.
Well, not today.
Get to work with a John Deere tractor package that's just right for you and your budget. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Back to Mick Shots.
Hey, Everson, did you know Rowdy's holiday deliveries are now available? Spread joy this holiday season with surprises and exclusive gifts from your favorite mascot. Book your holiday delivery today at DallasCowboys.com/Rowdy.
That is not how you talk to me in real life. I don't know what that was.
It's his broadcast voice.
That's an ugly broadcast voice. Hey.
Hey,
I'm natural
Mickey.
over here. Yeah.
Anybody return to practice today?
They did. Greg Zuerlein is off of reserve COVID. Saw him kicking field goals. They had a field goal session today. And running backs coach Skip Peete is back in practice. The brother of Rodney Peete. And he was out for a week and missed the game with COVID.
Skip Peete, who is, of course, in his second tour of duty with the Cowboys as a running backs coach, also was first under Wade Phillips and then Jason Garrett from 2007 to 2012, and then hired last year on Mike McCarthy's staff. And it's interesting because
and he had been with the Rams, by the way.
Yes, he had been with the Rams the last 4 seasons, in Chicago prior to that. The interesting one of the interesting things that it's timely is him coming back this week because he's going back to Kansas City. He went to University of Kansas to school, and his dad was a longtime scout, Willie Peete, for the Chiefs.
I knew there was something wrong with him.
the Jayhawk
went
part
to Kansas.
He was an all Big 8 wide receiver for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Coach Peete.
Yes, Coach Peete was. And, of course, everyone knows also that Skip's brother Rodney was Cowboys.
Does it have the years he was at Kansas?
1985, he was all Big 8
Big 8
wide receiver in 1985.
Wide receiver.
That's crazy.
With the Jayhawks.
I did not know that.
Yep. Okay, here we go. The connection between Skip Peete and Mike McCarthy. What do you think it goes to?
Maybe when Mike was in Kansas City?
Nope. You're going prior to that. I just noticed it just on his bio right here. It just occurred to me. First job Skip Peete had was as a graduate assistant at the University of Pittsburgh. 1988-89, and he was a wide receivers coach at Pitt in 90 before he became the running backs coach there, 91-92. And that would have been the time frame that Mike McCarthy was at Pitt before he went to the Kansas City Chiefs.
So you're in Kansas, and you're in all Big 8.
Wide receiver.
And you don't get a shot in the league?
You're at Kansas.
But he's all Big 8.
But he's at Kansas.
But to be all Big 8 at Kansas.
At that time, that Big 8 was pretty
That's a good segue into Doris Armstrong. And there you go. All Big 12 at Kansas. And look what he's doing now.
How many block shots do you think he had at Kansas? Or points per game, I should say.
How many catches?
No, points per game. Oh, you're talking about basketball. I'm sorry. Football, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're talking football. Well, this show is
I'm
joking. When Chris. Oh, okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Kansas is a basketball school.
So sorry, Chris. So sorry. I was like, man, we got it. I'm done. I'm gonna walk off the set.
Title for this show is
that's how bad we are.
Disjointed Thursday.
We thought we had influenced you, infected you. We thought we infected you with our incompetence.
I think Bill got it for a second, but Everson is like out there.
I got it. I'm sorry.
I got it, but I was going to leave you hanging
there.
Appreciate that, Bill. I really appreciate that.
Bro.
Don't you got something to do, Chris?
Yeah, run the show.
Run
the show.
All right, back on track.
Get better talent. That's what he needs. Find 3 other people and know what the heck they're doing.
So the Cowboys had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the injury report yesterday.
Okay.
Tyron Smith was limited, and everybody else was full. And Mike McCarthy was asked, so did full mean full because you had a short practice and you didn't have pads on? And Mike McCarthy said full means full.
So I'm going to ask you again.
Full.
What did D-Law look like?
He's still rehabbing and looks great.
Looks great.
And Randy Gregory was at least stepping on the cords today. So that might be a step in the right direction.
Do you want to step on the cords, or do you
stepping with the cords?
You said step on.
Stepping on the cords. Yeah, he had the cords on, and he was stepping along with them.
No, that's not how it goes.
What do you mean?
You're not talking about the cords that you high step through.
The resistant cords.
Yeah, the resistance cords. Not okay.
But you don't step on.
No,
stepping along with the cords.
That is not what you said. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm just saying.
I think I'm just going to walk out. I didn't know we were in English class.
Hey, man, we're supposed to be going to our offensive most improved player. That's
okay.
Somebody got to keep this show going.
Let me give you the Chiefs injury report. You talking about full practices? Everybody on their list had a full practice yesterday except Lucas Niang, the tackle out of TCU, who did not practice due to his rib injury, and L'Jarius Sneed, a safety, was limited with a knee injury.
Is he a starter?
No.
Okay. But right now, you're looking at the Chiefs are trying to, we're playing them just as they're, hitting their stride.
3 in a row.
So this is going to be a real good test for both of us, not just the Cowboys, but the Chiefs are going to see. We're going to see what they're all about.
Actually, L'Jarius Sneed does play quite a bit on defense.
Okay.
But they stepped up defensively because they only gave up 17 to the Giants, 7 to the Packers, and 14 to the Raiders.
Yes, you look at them, their first 5 games, the Chiefs average giving up over 32 points a game, and their last 5 games, they've averaged giving up around 15 points per game.
So what's up with the
27 to the Titans, and the only one that they lost in those 5 games?
The last 5
Don't they
games.
have the Badger on their team?
Yes.
Honey Badger, that's right. Tyrann Mathieu.
Who do you think he's going to match up with? How do you think he's going to be?
He's a safety.
I know, but one of those. He is one of those guys. He's kind of like Parsons. You can line him up almost anywhere in the secondary. Right. And as much as I saw Antonio Brown, toast him in the Super Bowl, this guy is a very impactful player, whether he's blitzing or whether he is getting in the passing lanes. And that kind of makes me nervous because when the Cowboys do one thing, we kind of start off, like chugga sometimes. We come out with the same old thing. We're going to throw this slant route. We're going to, take the slot man, throw him to the out. We're going to run the outside corner back off. And every once in a while, you'll catch someone cheating the defense, and they start to play the play and not play their defensive call. We saw that a couple of times in the game. It could have happened to us in the Falcons game. So I think we need to be careful starting off. I think Matthews is one of those guys he's going to try his best to play the play, because as much as we are very creative offensively, we're kind of basic when it comes to our short passing game.
So you answered your own question.
Mm-hmm.
You said, who does he match up against? He doesn't match up. He freelances. And you're right, and that's what makes him dangerous, because you never know where he's going to be or what he's going to do.
What he's keying on.
Sort of like, I forgot his name. The safety from the Steelers.
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Palomalo.
Palomalo.
Oh, okay.
Bill,
or Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick.
But he's out on COVID. So.
Right. But he still does what he does.
When Parcells was asked about Palomalo, he said, "Yeah, no one knows what he does, because he doesn't know what he's going to do, and that's what makes him dangerous, because you can't plan for that, and that's what
he is extremely unpredictable. He's blockable. You can beat him. That is not the point. The point is it's not the plays that he doesn't make; it's the ones that he makes can really kill you offensively."
And by the way, the Honey Badger, that part of him is dead. He's Tyrann Mathieu now.
Yeah, but he still plays. I think his attitude is still the same.
But he still plays
like
the
he still
Honey
plays
Badger.
like that. I don't know why he's dissing that. He's that. He still is
he
a Honey
needed to
Badger
get rid
to me.
of that part of his life.
Well,
and
yeah,
I think he got himself straightened out.
Yeah, he's still Honey Badger to me, which is a compliment as far as I'm concerned.
3rd round pick out of LSU.
That low?
Somebody
he was
took
3rd round because of the
Honey Badger,
the quote unquote baggage.
Who was the Cowboy? He played fullback for the Cowboys for 1 year. He was in Houston. The Cowboys traded for him. Like 1991. Gosh, I can't believe I can't think of his name. Anyway,
Alonzo Highsmith.
Yes, thank you. Anyway, he's a scout now.
Yeah.
And
that was pretty good.
That was really good. That was good. And I see him all the time, because he's always
still around, isn't he?
Yeah, he comes to the Cowboy games.
And I think his son
advanced
plays,
scouting.
yeah.
And anyway, so when Honey Badger came to the Senior Bowl that year, and he hadn't played. Remember, he got kicked off LSU. And we had gotten there, and we went to this place where a lot of the coaches and scouts hang out to watch the Sunday afternoon game. And Honey Badger comes walking in, and he's got on a big old floppy hat. He's got baggy pants with this big old sweatshirt and sunglasses on, right? And I'm looking, and I'm going, you walked into this place with all these scouts and looking like that? And so next thing we knew, he went in the back, and then Alonzo came walking back. He recognized me, and he sat down with us. I said, so did you get to talk to the Honey Badger? He said, I told that young man that the Honey Badger is dead, that you need to come in here like this is a job interview for you, and there's a bunch of scouts in here. There's some personnel from the front offices in here from teams. You cannot come in here dressed like that. He said, I dressed him down.
There you go.
Yeah, and it was probably the best advice the kid got. Yeah.
You know, I remember Mathieu at the Combine that year. His workout at the Combine, I went, whoa, look at this. I mean, it was the workout, the DB's workout, and just his ball skills and everything. I went, wow.
It's kind of explosive, too.
Yeah, but you could just see the natural, it was little wonder that he had so many takeaways, whether it's on fumble recoveries or interceptions or whatever in college, when you just saw that one little 5-minute workout at the Combine. Yeah. And he was easily should have been a top 10 pick.
And by the way, I just saw a headline in the Kansas City paper saying Chiefs want to re-sign Mathieu. So this is his last year of his contract, and he'll be a free agent next year. He's getting up in age now, isn't he?
He would be.
Getting close to 30?
What year did he come into the league? I don't have it written down here. And the other thing on him, you know how he got to Arizona. Why Arizona even took the quote-unquote risk of taking him in the 3rd round is because of his relationship with Patrick Peterson. And Patrick Peterson's dad had a big impact on taking him under his wing and getting him straightened out before coming into the NFL.
That's very cool.
He's 29. So they'll be 30.
And by the way, he went to a very good place because of who his coach was at Arizona, which would have been Todd Bowles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Todd knows how to take care of defensive backs.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
That's right.
God, that was 9 years ago when we saw him at the senior.
Time flies when you're having
so
fun.
did that segment. We didn't get to talk about most improved offensive
We're going to
player.
talk most improved offensive player in the next segment when Mick Shots continues in a moment. I wonder if Chris Beam is still around.
Nah, he left. He's done with us.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with...
And I'm Jay Novacek, and we're both with...
United Ag and Turf, the official tractor provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
So, if you need a tractor to bale some hay, a mower to cut some grass, or a gator to get some chores done...
Get a John Deere at United Ag and Turf.
And then, let's get to work.
Hey, Jay, that's my line.
Well, not today.
Get to work with a John Deere tractor package that's just right for you and your budget. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboys Nation, it's holiday season. Spend your holiday with the Star and grab gifts like new player jerseys, tees, and hats, plus exclusive collections with the great deals. The Pro Shop has more Cowboys gear than anyone in the game. Visit your local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or online at shop.dallascowboys.com, a Fanatics experience.
That's the tough part. Shop.dallas.com.
That's too many dots.
All right, most improved Cowboys offensive player from last year to this year. Who you got?
Oh, you know mine. Go ahead, Spax. Who you got?
I've been giving it some thought.
That's tough on offense.
Well, I know what you guys. I know
on
what everybody's answer is going to be, but they forget he caught 63 passes last year. Was Dalton Schultz?
That's not my answer.
Okay, good. So mine is Tyler Biadasz.
Oh, I like that. How about Terrence Steele?
Well, yeah, that one.
About
that's going from nowhere to.
You know what people are shouting right now? A running back.
Pollard?
Zeke.
Oh.
People are shouting that.
Well, let them shout.
Because of the fumbles and things of that nature, just all the mishaps that he had last year. He was horrible last year with the fumbles.
Well, his offensive line was horrible, too.
Yeah, but he was horrible. You can still hold on to the ball and because your offensive line sucks.
No, I think he was trying to do too much.
He was. That is no doubt. He was trying to do too much.
Because he knew they
self-admitted
weren't getting anywhere.
So he was running harder, taking more blows. You know, people coming off of blocks faster,
and from the
harder.
side.
Yeah.
Well, he did call last year an S show.
Yeah, it was.
Do you like my pick now?
Yeah, but
it's not my pick. It's what
like,
people are shouting.
It's like
he's a voice.
When you say most improved, that means somebody wasn't very good, and now all of a sudden they're good.
No,
he's been good. He had a down season.
I picked Schultz. So he was good last year. That was a coming out
He
year
thinks
for him
he's
last
taking it to another level
year.
this
I do
year.
think that. Yes, I think he is now.
Biadasz was good in college.
But he wasn't in college last year.
So you think Biadasz has played better
Yes,
this year?
I think from a center standpoint, the snaps have been, I think, better.
I'm still fussing about my pick to click. Y'all didn't give me no love when I picked him. You laughed at his performance.
When did you pick him? Like 5 weeks ago or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. 5 weeks ago. I still want my props, man. y'all didn't even pay attention to it.
So we don't come into an agreement here? Who is it? Most improved.
C.D. Lamb improved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough, though.
Well,
he was pretty good last year.
Yeah, but I think he's better this year.
It's kind of hard to improve after that catch he made against Minnesota, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He kind of came out and showed what he was worth last year. I could. You could argue the point, and I could give you love, but it's a tough one.
You want to Cooper Rush?
There you go. Hey, I had to run that around in my head a little bit.
And here's the deal: this offense,
Mike McCarthy.
This offense is doing. This offense is doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, he didn't have anything to do with the defense, right? The offense is doing what it should do, right? They were good.
That's
they
why
would
it's
have been
hard to
good
pick
last
somebody
year.
offensively.
Yeah, they were good last year for 5 games.
Yeah.
They were averaging 30 points a game. Problem was the defense was giving up 36.
All right, so having said that,
the first 5
Mr.
games.
Consistency. Who's the most consistent then? That's a good question.
Most consistent this
Most
year?
consistent player,
Zach
offense,
Martin.
defense, special teams.
Yeah,
Zach Martin.
It's not bad.
And then Amari Cooper.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Steady, not spectacular.
Last year, what, 80-plus catches?
90. He had a career high.
From how many different quarterbacks?
4.
4 different. That is amazing. That's why I've always said, love CD. I mean, I love all the guys on the offense, especially. But Cooper, to me, the most. I guess it's because he's so understated.
Yeah, and people, talk radio. It's like, well, they can get out of his contract next year. It's like, why would you get out of the best receiver's contract?
He turned this organization around. When he came to the Cowboys, what was that 2017? 18. Everything
right?
changed. Everything changed.
That was the year they were going to have receiver by committee.
And we ended up, when he got here, everything just flipped. And all of a sudden, Dak Prescott is the quarterback he is today.
They were a playoff team.
That's right. Dak knew where to go. I mean, every time you looked up, he was feeding on Cooper. So yeah, most consistent. I would definitely put him there.
And right now, Mr. Cooper has 44 catches for 583 yards, 13.3 a catch, and 5 touchdowns. So I bet if you factor that out over the rest of the season, knowing that they're going to play 17 games, that's getting close to 90 catches, 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns.
I was going to call you out on the 4 quarterbacks who completed passes to Cooper last year because I was thinking Ben DiNucci may not have done that, but I checked it and he did catch one pass.
I didn't say he completed it to him. I just said he had to play with 4
different
quarterbacks.
That's right.
He did catch one ball from DiNucci for 5 yards.
So if Dak had played the whole season, he'd have had over 100 catches.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
If Dak would have played all of last year, it would have been a lot of stuff going on. I mean, everyone would have had better.
And now we're past the halfway point of this season. You can't really do it's not clean math because of the 17-game season. But CD's got 46 catches and Amari's got 43 right now. So they're right on pace to get up near 90.
Crazy.
Right around.
And to have
90.
such talented.
My stats say he has 44.
Okay.
To have such talent on the offense. And for these guys to still get their numbers up, it just talks about consistency on this team, especially from the quarterback position. And, of course, you got to give Kellen more love as well because he's the one calling those plays and give them a chance to get their numbers up.
I'll throw another offensive player in there. How about Cedric Wilson?
I love him. That's my dude. That's my dude.
And maybe made the biggest stride because he's healthy and he's playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year
he
he's
got the opportunity,
a special teams guy.
He got the opportunity because Gallup was hurt. So
Let's be real. That long pass in Minnesota, that kind of kept us in the game.
Okay, so let me give you what has been the biggest improvement.
Okay.
So these stats are against last year and this year. On defense, points allowed. Last year, at this point in the season, they had given up 290 points. 290 points.
In 9 games.
In 9 games. This year,
it's 33 points a game.
Thank you.
In this year, 195. That's a difference.
32.
That's a difference of how many? Mr.
Oh,
Smart.
say it again.
Come on.
What was the number again? What was the number again?
They've improved 95 points.
How many points this year?
290 to 195.
195 divided by 9. That's 2.
Net yards per game. Get your math ready.
No, he's a law dude. He's into
381.6 last year at this point, 354 this year. It's an improvement of 27.6 yards a game. But here may be one of the biggest ones. Rushing yards per game. Last year at this point, 157 a game. This year, 101.2.
Huge.
Rushing touchdowns allowed, 11 last year, 7 this year. And how about
at this point?
Through 9 games.
Right. And how about this one? Interceptions. This year 14. Last year at this time
2.
3.
3.
That's an improvement of 11.
That's it.
He got it. You see that he was proud of it. Now let's be real. I'd love to see how the second half compares, because that's when our defense
got better,
started to play better.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mike Nolan.
Yeah, it took that long to figure it out, right? Because they quit playing a 3-man front and a 4-man front. They quit playing the nickel every single down.
No matter what the game.
And they didn't have a big nickel either, by the way.
Okay, so as we wrap this up, who needs to be the most improved player in the second half of this season? Or you can just say who will be the most
offensively or defensively?
Either one. Mm-hmm. Either way. Who will be the most improved player from the first half to the second half?
And I'm not sure when he'll get out there, but it's starting to show up. Doris Armstrong.
I like that.
Just because they're without Gregory now and without Demarcus Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to really step it up.
Michael Gallup.
Yep. That's who I was thinking of, was Gallup.
See, I'm not worried about the offense.
I think as we get into the tougher games, into those stretches.
Like Sunday?
Yeah, and beyond. Like this stretch coming up, Thanksgiving and all of that. Guys are going to get tired. It's just the way it is. And we're going to need others to step up. You can't continue. During that stretch, you can't – if you have a player that improves during that stretch from before that, you might look at him being a little bit overwhelmed as you go into
the most improved player in the second half of the season is going to be Demarcus Lawrence.
Well, there's a stretch.
Well, let's put it like this.
It needs to be. He's the one that needs to be.
His importance to the team. There you go.
Needs to be.
Well, not improved. He just needs to be a valuable asset.
He's starting from scratch.
Like
yeah, because he played one game.
That's the addition that the Cowboys can bank on. If he can be healthy, it's going to be huge for this team the rest of the way.
Well, they needed
whenever he does get out there.
They needed him and Gregory for this game on Sunday,
and need Tyron as well down the stretch.
That would help.
Yeah. All right, that does it for this edition of Mick Shots.
This is our Denver game. This is our Denver show.
We'll see if Mick invites us back for another edition on a fabulous Football Friday, Fight Song Friday tomorrow.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?